Woke department store stock price in free fall. I love it. It's Target, the Target Corporation. Remember when they had the bathing suits where it was a tuck-friendly edition? Do you think that might have had some impact on their stock price? Let's get into it. Here we go. Now, those bathing suits were so bad. So bad that let's just take another quick peek and see what those look like. All right, here we go. Here is the bathing suit. Now, some are saying this is made for a small female. All right, to me, that looks fairly child-sized, but any which way, let's not mince words here. This is ridiculous. You've got a tuck-friendly construction, extra crotch coverage, so that if you are pre-transition, you can go down this road and in your Lycra bathing suit, somehow hide your very small man parts. It is beyond me how at age 56, I am doing a podcast on this because this is ridiculous. It makes no sense to me, but whatever. We're just going to go with it. You know what? You know who's not going to go with it? Investors of Target. The ongoing battle against woke corporations is nearing the 3-year mark, and conservatives have their sights set on one department store that hasn't learned its lessons after previously being called out. And we've talked about all these other stores, right? Talked about, oh man, the litany of companies has just been, how about Jack Daniels? Right? I mean, how about John Deere? How about the feed supply store? I mean, just some classic American down-home companies that just went this woke, super woke version. And then all of a sudden had to pull back because, whoa, people are looking at our DEI going, you guys are woke. Woke, go broke. Target Corporation, the vanguard of Pride Month clothing for children. Is it really? I do not go to Target. I'm not a good judge either way, but I certainly wouldn't be going there for children's clothing if this were the case. It's entering a winter of discontent after badly missing its earning mark right before the holiday season, sending its stock tumbling while shareholders fret about a much-needed change in leadership. Talk about change in leadership. CNBC. Wow. How about MSNBC, CNBC, all being taken basically off of the NBC affiliation? All those folks are going to lose their jobs. This is the rumor that's going on out there. The View is going to get cut. Yeah, all of those, because they've all lost ratings, just like Target. And when your ratings are in the tank, that's when you clean house and you get rid of everybody and you start over. But I don't think there's anything left of a CNBC. There's nothing left of an MSNBC. There's just nothing there. And I don't think, I'll buy that. And you know who's going to buy it? Elon Musk, and then he's going to make it great again. Nah, I don't know. CNBC reported that Target's stock slipped at the opening bell after the company reported third quarter earnings of $1.85 per share, missing the $2.30 consensus among 29 analysts covering the company. I mean, those poor guys, what do you do? Oh, I'm one of the analysts that covers Target. Oh, sorry, buddy. The revenue was 19.6% lower than anticipated and led to a 21% slide in the company's share price. And the company's share price has already just been, hey, we've got some new members-only content out there. We've got a Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. They are in numbers here. We're talking about gang activity. We're talking about Tren de Aragua and Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Como News, Jeremy Harris, he does kind of a behind-the-scenes talk about the Seattle mass stabbing incident. You got 10 people stabbed in 38 hours, and Jeremy and his crew member, Jonathan, running the camera, they were right there. There's some gory stuff in there, and that's why it's here on the members only channel. What's that going to cost you? It's going to cost you $3.99 a month, $40 a year. Doesn't get any cheaper than that. Thanks in advance for considering. Bye for now, right? Because let's go back. When you issue a bathing suit like this, that, my friends, is what you get, right? And we got Pride instead of Target there, right? We got bodies aren't binary. Sandalwood, amber. Every body is beautiful. Some of this stuff, okay, it's fine. If that's your thing, I don't have an issue. But when it's so pushed on us, and when veterans get 1 day of celebration and Pride gets 30 days, I'm like, this isn't equitable. This isn't inclusive the way that, we should be having seen. How about You're My Type? Mango sorbet. Out of everyone, I choose you. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I choose you too. This one just says gay on it. Just says gay. There's just been this huge push, and especially towards children, of this kind of thing. And so has it impacted Target? Yes. What has impacted Target more has been inflation, right? People don't feel like they have money in their pocket to be spending on stuff. And a lot of people treat Target like a grocery store. I don't shop there. The only thing, the monster trail mix from Target. There's none like it in all of the land. It's Fabu, right? We're doing a thing on Pride here. It's Fabu. In response, Target's leadership has slashed full-year guidance after raising in the previous quarter, Yahoo reported. Adding insult to injury, Walmart beat expectations on Wednesday. So there you go. There's inflation. Boop, right out the window. Now, Walmart is cheaper than Target, right? It just is. Target, you go to get your bathroom stuff, maybe a little bit of home stuff. If you're a college kid, go to Target and load up your dorm room, that kind of thing. And mom and dad can get you some groceries, because what college kid doesn't want that one big trip back to school before they go back to school on mom and dad's credit card? Mom and dad are already paying $60,000 a year for your tuition, room and board. But hey, what's another $1,000 in just stuff that they're going to give you for an education that will get you where in life? I don't know. So glad my son Kieran is now beyond that. Grandchildren, right? Kid, I'm going to homeschool you. Here's what you're going to learn from Grandpa Sean. That's probably not going to work out well. But anyway, Walmart beat expectations on Wednesday, posting outperformances in quarterly same-store sales, performance, online sales growth, and overall narrative to investors. Target has been cutting prices on everything from groceries to home goods in a bid to stave off the bleed. The bleed started during the pandemic. It just did. Because Target went down this road, and then when they thought they were turning the corner into something big and huge, right? Hey, let's do a little of the bathing suit action, and we think we'll bring in some new customers. But what percentage of the population? I was sitting there looking at the bathing suit, right? I was sitting there looking at the bathing suit thinking, how many people does this bathing suit right here with its tuck-friendly construction? How many people does that appeal to? Like, who's going to buy one? What percentage of the population, if they are in that position where they're maybe transitioning from male to female, and they're that small and they're not children? So many questions, so few answers. During a call with reporters, executives had little explanation for the slide other than to speculate that consumers are being cautious about their spending. Oh, it had nothing to do with the Pride stuff? Nothing? Okay. Well, maybe then Bud Light had nothing to do, with engaging the marketing campaign that they did that went absolutely sideways on them. Yeah, a little Dylan action, right? Yeah, remember that? Then they speculate that consumers are being cautious about their spending, a defense at odds with economic reports that consumer spending remains robust despite high costs. Target's longtime chairman and CEO Brian Cornell told Yahoo, that supply chain disruptions played a role as warehouses overflowed with unsold inventory. Still, he insisted leadership has the appropriate approach for the holiday season, but is guiding for some conservatism. Hey, how about that election? How did that work out? Do you think we're going to be embracing the tuck-friendly bathing suits for this upcoming summer bathing suit season? Probably not, right? That was a spankaroo. That was a Dylan Mulvaney special, wasn't it? Yeah. No, it's just that they went down this road, just like the Democrats did in the election, thinking that they're going to get this massive pull from a tiny little segment of the population. And I don't really care what kind of bathing suit you wear. I just don't. I could care less. And if it's tuck friendly or not, I don't really care. But if people are going in there and you've got a big, huge thing going on and they're forced to, just view it straight on, and it comes down to this massive virtue signaling thing, and that's the virtue that they're signaling, people have the right to say, you know what? I'm going to shop at this other store where they don't do that. And you know what? For the amount of pull that Target got, for the amount of pull that the Democrats got, I would just ask one simple question. How'd that election work out for you? How'd that election work out? Oh, good Lord. On the year, Target stock is up just 9% compared to 24% for the broader S&P 500. So Target's still doing okay, just not as well as everybody else who to the moon. Isn't it crazy? We got a stock market going to the moon, yet you got inflation going on. Housing prices, slowed way down. You got interest rates that are just, boop, went way up from where they were. Yet the stock market just keeps it going. It does make one go, doesn't it? Yeah. The stock seems constrained in the near terms, given the uncertainty of the holiday in which Target faces headwinds from a promotionally event-driven consumer and likely accurately benefited relative to other retailers from the beneficial calendar a year ago, now a headwind. So they're just guessing. They don't really know what's going on. Hey, people are spending less. Well, that's not to look at Walmart. Look at how they're doing. They're doing good. I think people have just pigeonholed Target, and I think there's a lot of people that no longer shop at Target. And I'm not one of those folks that, specifically go out of my way not to shop at a store for a particular reason. But I do, if I have the option of going somewhere else, and I've got that in the back of my head, and it's easy for me to go to either store, I'm probably going to go to the other store. Will I go to Walmart over Target? I mean, I don't really shop at either one, right? So, but yeah, I would say Target, nah, screw those guys. That's what I would say, right? Screw those guys. But I wouldn't be, holding a sign out in front of the store, protest Target, they're going after the kids. I wouldn't do that. But I think so many Americans have gone down the road of, I love my Target, but, and let's be honest, Target has stuff you don't really need. And the reason I say that is, how many memes do I see of moms coming out of Target with just a whole bunch of stuff that they didn't need and they're making fun of it? You know what I mean? Like they're in their 30s, maybe their 40s, and they're just like, I got all this stuff when I didn't need it. Like, no, you didn't, but you had fun shopping for it and it's relatively inexpensive. So you do you know what I mean? And, but because those are moms and they have a budget and inflation has ripped apart that budget, I don't think they're shopping at Target as much anymore. Let me know in the comments. If you're a mom and you're running your family, have you cut back on your Target spending? Love to know. However, has added, like they do so very often for retailers, comparable sales and gross margin matter, with the former a relatively low bar and the latter a high bar. Now we're just talking corporate speak for why Target's not doing well. Last summer was a low point for the retail giant as it suffered heavy losses in response to criticism of the children's gear laid out for Pride Month. That they later tried to come out and just say, that was just for small adults. Like, what adult man has, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Micro whatever. The bathing suit didn't work. It made no sense. It was for children, right? It was for children. And it was tuck friendly. The traditional LGBT celebration in July, viral videos proliferated on social media as customers discovered Pride gear sections that specifically marketed clothing to children, leading to outraged videos that fanned the flames. Here we go with the list. Bud Light, Target, Ben & Jerry's, Chick-fil-A, Skittles, and even the Los Angeles Dodgers, all of whom were accused of going woke. And I didn't cover a bunch of those. I covered like the big ones, the John Deere, right? Tractor Supply. And those companies they got Bud Lighted as they should, because they've gone down a road they didn't need to, because that's not their market. It's just not their market. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So, speaking with media at the time, Target CEO Brian Cornell pointed to inflation for dampening sales, but also negative guest reaction to our Pride collection. You know what? If they would have stuck with just Pride t-shirts, I don't care. I honestly don't. But they kind of went this specific route, and it looks like it was aimed at children. And so from that standpoint, Target, weird kids' bathing suits, not going to shop there. I think that's the decision most people make and a lot of consumers make. And even the moms going in there, they're like, well, not here in Seattle. They flock to Target. Give me some of that stuff. I need it. No, I have no idea. I would love to see the sales figures on some of those specific clothing items in the Pride collection. I'm sure the overall Pride collection sold well, especially here in Seattle, because it's just not it's not a big deal. It's just like, okay, it's just something else we do for a whole month. So they think it's guest reaction to our Pride collection, claiming mid-quarter adjustments to reflect safety concerns help the company recover some lost ground. CNBC analysts summarized their predicament. It just, again, seemingly caught in the middle of these culture wars in a way that did seem to impact sales, they wrote. Absolutely. They got Bud Lighted. Now, and the thing I have with this is that they didn't need to go there. Just didn't need to go there. Don't need to go there. It's, I know the Pride thing is a big deal. It's especially a big deal here in Seattle. I have zero issues with that. You want to celebrate Pride? You know what I mean? I'm in Seattle. I'm behind enemy lines. And so there's stuff here that, gets embraced where I'm more like, okay, whatever. But I think consumers on a broader track, and especially ones outside of our little bubble here in the Pacific Northwest, are reacting with their pocketbooks. And that's what you're seeing with Target. So it's kind of one of those lessons, right? Where it's like Harley Davidson. Their, DEI at Harley Davidson is just in polar opposite with their image. So you got a marketing image just like Dylan Mulvaney being on a Bud Light can. It didn't work. And the kids' bathing suits and a bunch of the other stuff that Target had, it wasn't a good look. The optics were horrific. And that is, to me, that's what Target is suffering from, along with some other stuff. It all kind of goes together, because to pinpoint it on one thing, the fact that the department store is woke, well, it's a broader trend. But then when you put it side by side with Walmart, it does make you go, that's weird. That's really strange. Yeah, whatever, right? Whatever. So is it a good time to be buying Target? Maybe think about that. Go long, Target. See what happens. Thanks again for being here. That's it for me on this one. We'll catch up on the next one. Bye for now.